This is the village of Alvier, one of the most historic in the region of Champagne and my favourite place to stay every time I visit. It was between these very vines that Dom Perignon himself grew up centuries ago. But the story of Champagne today is changing, and in my visits this week I've discovered a dynamic at play that I've never seen before in this region. You see, over the past decade, the French economy has been in major decline, and so France's largest market has been struggling. Meanwhile, Brexit has forced its largest export market into a place of crisis too. This means that there is a dynamic of sales and production here that is really struggling quite badly at the moment. The 2016 and 2017 vintages only added to this. Difficult seasons, lots of rot in the vines, and struggles for the houses and the growers to produce good fruit. In the midst of this dynamic, Champagne's biggest producer came in and played a strategic and challenging decision. They pushed the price of grapes to hitherto unseen levels. The rhetoric around the region as a result is that many growers are struggling to see the feasibility of continuing to produce their own wines compared with selling to larger houses. Meanwhile, many houses, large and small, are struggling to see how they can sustain this increasing cost of production. This leads to a voice of concern throughout the region that the dynamic of the balance between growers and houses is changing like we haven't seen before. And the next 5 years in this place are going to see this challenge unfolding in a way that might see it as unsustainable for many smaller houses and growers to even continue to produce champagne at all. I'm putting this to you because right in this place, so historically rooted in Champagne, there's something that we can all do about this situation. You see, in Australia we have the smallest appreciation, sadly, among all the major Champagne countries for grower Champagne, for small houses, for the diversity of Champagne, rosé, vintage, prestige cuvée. There's more to Champagne than just entry-level, discounted, non-vintage cuvées. Now don't get me wrong, I love the big houses, they make some of the greatest wines in this place. I showcase them at my events all the time and I love drinking them. There's more to Champagne than that. There's a diversity to this wonderful place where every one of these vineyards is quite different to the next, and every grower is different to every other. Every vintage is different, and that's what I love about the detail of this place. We miss something of that if we only ever drink the same champagnes all the time. Over the next 5 years, it's going to be a difficult time for this region, but there's something that you and I can do about it, and that is to go and try something different, appreciate the great diversity that Champagne has to offer, and together we will see the Champagne world change, and hopefully for the better.